Have you ever picked up a product and wondered how it got from some small, local producer all the way to a shelf on the other side of the world? It's a fascinating journey. Today, we're going to dive into how a fantastic Cambodian product can go global. It's a path with some hurdles for sure, but there are also some incredibly powerful tools that can make it happen. So it really all boils down to this one big question, right? You've got an amazing product, you've got the drive, but what's next? What's really standing between your business right here and millions of new customers in a totally different country?
Well, before you even get a chance to think about shipping, you slam into this thing, the tariff schedule. Honestly, the best way to picture it is like a giant, invisible wall of trade. It's just packed with thousands of confusing codes, complicated rules, and, of course, fees. If you're new to this, it's a lot. It can feel totally overwhelming. So what even is a tariff? Let's break it down. The simplest way to think about it is like a cover charge at a club. Yeah, seriously. Before your product is even allowed to enter another country's market, you've got to pay a fee right at the door. And that fee can change a lot, depending on what you're trying to sell. And just look at how wild these cover charges can get. If you're exporting big eye tunas, you're looking at a 7% tariff. Okay, but Robusta coffee, that jumps up to 15%. And then you get to things like perfumes or fireworks, and boom, a massive 35% tariff. For a small business, a 35% cost isn't just a fee. That can be the thing that sinks your entire plan before you even get started.
So, staring down a 35% tariff, it can really feel like you've hit a dead end. But what if I told you there's a way around it? A sort of secret pass that lets you and your product get right through that wall, maybe without paying a single cent.
That secret pass is called a free trade agreement, or an FTA. This is basically a special deal, a handshake between countries to make trading with each other way easier and cheaper. It's an official pact that says, hey, for our friends, for products coming from our partner country, we're going to slash those tariffs, or even get rid of them completely.
And this right here shows you the absolute game-changing power of an FTA. On the left, you've got that standard rate that most people pay, that huge 35% we were just talking about. But on the right, with an FTA, that exact same product heading to the exact same market could pay a 0% tariff. Zero. That's not a small discount. It's a massive, massive competitive advantage.
And the best news? Cambodia has a whole wallet full of these VIP passes. We're talking about huge agreements like the ASEAN Free Trade Area, the massive RCEP deal, which covers a giant chunk of the global economy, and direct one-on-one deals with major partners like China, Korea, and the UAE. Every single one of these is a potential doorway to much lower or even zero tariffs.
Okay, so we know these passes exist. Fantastic. But how do you actually use one? How do you claim that benefit? Let's walk through the map to the solution, step by step.
The single most important document in this whole process is this, the Certificate of Origin, or CO. You have to think of this as your product's passport. It is the official, non-negotiable proof you show at the border that says, yep, this was made in Cambodia, and because of that, it qualifies for the special benefits of our free trade agreement. Without this passport, you're back to paying that standard, expensive rate. So, for a first-time exporter, the journey pretty much looks like this. First up, you have to get your business officially registered with the Ministry of Commerce. Then you have to specifically register to use these preferential trade agreements. Third, you get an account on the online system that actually issues these product passports. And finally, for every, and I mean every, single shipment you send, you apply online for that all-important Certificate of Origin.
I know. Looking at that list, it can still seem a little complicated. Keeping track of all the rules, the procedures, the paperwork, it's a lot to handle. But what if there was a tool that could just simplify the whole thing? Well, there is. The whole process just got a major, major upgrade. And this brings us to what I like to call the new digital compass for every Cambodian exporter. Let me introduce you to the Cambodian FTA Portal. It's a tool designed specifically to guide you through this entire maze. So what is this thing exactly? Well, it's way more than just another government website. It's a super smart database and a really user-friendly guide, all rolled into one powerful platform.
Think of it as your personal guide to global trade. It totally cuts through all the complexity. You can search for your product and instantly see the tariff benefits. And it was built specifically for small and medium enterprises, the businesses that don't have a whole team of lawyers. It turns dense legal jargon into practical, easy-to-understand examples. And maybe the best part? It helps you compare the different FTAs so you can find the absolute best deal for your product, saving you the most money.
And really, it all just comes down to this one word: empowerment. The whole goal of the portal is to take this really complex world of international trade and make it accessible, to give businesses like yours the knowledge and the confidence to go out there and grab these amazing opportunities.
Okay, so let's put all the pieces of the puzzle together. We've gone on quite a journey here, right? From staring at a huge obstacle to finding a really clear solution. We started at that intimidating wall of tariffs, that confusing and expensive barrier. Then we found the secret path right through that wall: Cambodia's incredible network of free trade agreements. And now we have a digital compass, the FTA portal, to guide us every single step of the way.
And that right there is the big transformation. This is the crucial point. The days of being buried in paperwork, of trying to figure all of this out by yourself, are over. Now there are systems, there are tools, and there are clear paths designed specifically to help you succeed.
And it all comes down to this one beautiful number: 0%. This is what's possible. This is the goal. Taking a product that would have faced a huge tax and getting it into a brand new market for free. That is the power of using the system the right way. So, the tools are here. The path forward is clearer than it has ever been before. The only real question left is the one for you. What global opportunity will you unlock?